Salvete omnes. If you'd like to support the channel along with these patrons, there's a link in the description box below. In this lesson, we'll be continuing the story of Perseus. So far, Acrisius, the grandfather of Perseus, threw him and his mother in the ocean because he wanted to get rid of the boy since it was prophesied that Perseus would kill his grandfather. But since Perseus was the son of Zeus, Acrisius did not want to kill the boy outright and face the wrath of Zeus. And the last lesson ended with a terrified Danae and Perseus floating in a sea troubled by a great storm. And then Jupiter tamen haec omnia vidit, et filium suum servare constituit. Tranquillum igitur fecit mare, et arcam ad insulam seripum perduxit. Huius insulae polydectes tum rex erat. Postquam arca ad litus apulsa est, Danae in harena quietam capiebat. Post breve tempus a nauta reperta est, et ad domum regis polydectis adducta est. Ille matrem et puerum benigne excepit, et eis sedem tutam infinibus suis dedit. Danae hoc donum libenter accepit, et pro tanto beneficio regi gratias egit. Okay, let's go through the story now. Here's the first sentence. Jupiter tamen haec omnia vidit, et filium suum servare constituit. Tamen is another conjunction meaning however or nevertheless. These conjunctions don't really have a connection to English words, but are used enough that you'll easily learn them through repetition. Constituit can mean to constitute, but it can also mean decide, like how constitutions decide what the laws are. And servare, in this context, is easier to understand if we look at conservare and praeservare, because these mean to protect or save something. So this sentence means, however, Jupiter, or Zeus, saw all these things and decided to save his son. In the next sentence, perduxit has the same meaning as duxit. The prefix per just means through or over. Tranquillum igitur fecit mare, et arcam ad insulam seripum perduxit. Huius insulae polydectes tum rex erat. Huius is the genitive form of hic haec hoc. So we have Polydectes was then the king of this island. Postquam arca ad litus apulsa est, Danae in harena quietam capiebat. Apulsa is a combination of ad and pulsa, so it's like push toward, but it means to land or put ashore. To land a boat, you have to push it up on the shore. As you may have guessed by now, litus means shore. And remember, the participle plus est is a passive form, so this means after the ark was landed at the shore. Harena is what the gladiators walked on in the arenas. Id est, sand. And she was capturing quiet there. Id est, was taking a rest. Post breve tempus a nauta reperta est, et ad domum regis polydectis adducta est. The only word we don't know in this sentence is reperta. This is a combination of re, again, and parere, to give birth. Maybe you can remember this word by thinking children who are adopted will eventually reperiunt, that they have new parents. After a short time, she was discovered by a sailor and brought to the house of King Polydectes. Ille matrem et puerum benigne excepit, et eis sedem tutam infinibus suis dedit. Notice that ille is masculine, so it's referring back to the sailor. This can mean that one, or he kindly welcomed the mother and the boy. And excapit does mean to accept or exclude, but it can also mean to welcome, as we see here. Sedem means seat, but it can also mean place or residence, just like the seat of the king. And tutam means safe. The following tongue twister can help you remember this word. Tu tuses sitecum sum. You're safe if I'm with you. Finibus is what form? It's the plural ablative form of finis, which means end, limit, or border. So if we pay close attention to the declinations, we can see that this means, and gave them a safe place in his country. Finally, we have Danae hoc donum libenter accepit, et pro tanto beneficio regi gratias egit. Remember, we can add libenter to a sentence to talk about things that we like to do or do gladly. And egit is the perfect past tense of agit. So altogether this means, Danae accepted this gift gladly and thanked the king for so great a favor. Here's the story again. Jupiter tamen haec omnia vidit, et filium suum servare constituit. Tranquillum igitur fecit mare, et arcam ad insulam seripum perduxit. Huius insulae polydectes tum rex erat. Postquam arca ad litus apulsa est, Danae in harena quietam capiebat. Post breve tempus a nauta reperta est, et ad domum regis polydectis adducta est. Ille matrem et puerum benigne excepit, et eis sedem tutam in finibus suis dedit. Danae hoc donum libenter accepit, et pro tanto beneficio regi gratias egit. This might have been more difficult than what you're used to, but there are many good words to learn, and the important words will turn up again as we continue this story, so stick around. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share, and if you can, help support the channel on Patreon, where there are audio downloads and transcripts of each dialogue and story. Gratias!